What is crack-a-lackin'? D-Mac here, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my shed. And why are we in the shed today? You might be able to hear it's raining outside, so no fishing today. But we are going to attempt to do some boat maintenance. We've got a boat maintenance kit, bought it off eBay from Outboard Spares. So we're going to attempt to change the impeller. I've never changed one of these before, so we'll have a bit of a go at it. Last time I was out, the old telltale, she was just a little dribble out of the side, so hopefully we'll get that going a bit better. We'll give the motor a bit of a service. We'll change the gearbox oil, spark plugs, that sort of stuff. So let's see how we go. Let's get it done. So here we have a 15 horse Mercury, 2-stroke. So we're going to take the bottom piece off. I don't know what they call it, the bottom end, bottom leg, something like that, lower leg, I think they call it. So we'll be pulling that off, changing our impeller, putting it back on. Then we're going to do the spark plugs and we'll change the oil in the gearbox. And then it should be all good. Let's get crack-a-lackin'. So we've got our cover off now. The first thing we need to do is lift up this here. So lift that up, and then I believe you can pull it out, which we have. So that's your gear lever that goes down into the bottom. So that's a little piece. We don't want to lose that, so I'll sit it over here and we'll move on to the next bit. So the next bit we need to remove is this little collar on here. This is actually hooked to also hooked to the gear selector in here that goes up and down. So we need to take this off. So that's a 8mm ring spanner and a socket. We'll rip that off now. So now we've got that off, we should be able to undo these bolts, 1, 2 and 3, and then we should be able to pull the lower unit off. See how we go. So yeah, just a 13mm spanner I'm using. the weight a bit. That one's a longer one. Now with all things being equal, we should be able to pull it out. And there it is. This is where your water pump houses is, your little impeller. So we'll have a bit of a look at it, might give it a bit of a clean, pull this part off, replace the impeller. Woo! Get her done. So there it is. Very important, do not lose this piece. We need that to hook back up to our water pump later on. But we're going to move this outer cover. This is where our impeller is. We'll get it out of there. Probably give this a bit of a clean up. See how we go. So 10mm spanner. I haven't done this in the 3 years I've had this boat, and these bolts feel like it's been a lot more than 3 years since they were out. I have got it in the vise here, but as you can see it's not super tight because obviously I don't want to break the aluminium or anything like that. So I'm sort of being cautious to not knock it over at the same time. Not saying too much. Concentrating. As I said, I've never done this before, so it's a learning experience for both of us. I have watched a couple of videos, so if you don't like this video, there's plenty of other videos you can watch on how to do it. Oh. And that's in a lot better condition than I expected it to be, actually. With the way it was just dribble, I thought it would be in a lot worse condition. That I actually dropped the little holder piece in there. That's the piece you're not supposed to lose. So I'll pull that bit off. The gasket looks alright. Get some needle nose pliers and pull that bit out. So this piece here, which I just dropped down there, is pretty important because you need that to hold your impeller in place. So now I've got to go and find it because it just dropped down there. And miraculously, I managed to find that small piece in the bowels of what is the bottom of my shed. So, good work. Or lucky work, one or the other. So now we'll look at putting our new impeller in. Like I said, I'm surprised as it was. I thought this would be in a lot worse condition. But hey, we'll see how we go. The new one might make a difference. So you'll see there's a flat piece here. That's where that little piece that we dropped, it slides in here. Holds your impeller in place. There's a little notch just here. So yeah, we'll get it all lined up, get the new one in there, Put this piece back on. We'll give it a bit of a wipe down first. So we put a bit of grease on there. We've also put a bit of grease up the top where it goes into the actual engine. So put our first washer on. From what I've watched other people do it, they actually put this little piece in first. Bit of grease. And then so this is our new impeller, nice and straight and new. Hopefully it'll make all the difference. So there he is, on, locked in. Put our top washer on. We get our top plate. We'll give it a bit of a wipe. Make sure there's no dirt or anything in there. He goes on. He goes on the other way around. No! I didn't think it looked right. When you get round to there, you rotate it clockwise to get our impeller to bend around and be nice and tight. And then we can put our bolts back in. And it should be as easy as all of that. As with most bolts, I'm going to do them in opposites to try and get it torqued down nice and flat. Put our other two bolts in. So yeah, now we're just making sure they're all tight, about the same. So that's all pretty good. Feels nice and tight. We put our tube back on, other way around, or a steam shovel would say, blackboard, upside down, Miss Jane. So yeah, now hopefully we can put it back in and it'll be all good. So we've given it a bit of a clean up. Now we'll try and line everything back up. in. Success. So put this long one in first, so we can hold it there. We'll make sure that we can put this back in. So we've got that back in there. That's all good. Now we'll look at doing it up and get it all back together. You notice I did have to put the motor back down just to get in there and get at it. So we've got all that back on. Excuse me. I'm going to put this little piece back on. So I think we're back in the right place. You can sort of see where it had been before. So we look like we're all right. We'll just put it down, make sure it goes into gear and that all right. So these motors have a design where it's in reverse, you can't lift it up. So if I go back to there, you can see I can lift it up. If I put it into reverse, it locks it. So it looks all good. So we might change the spark plugs while we've got it up here like this. These spark plugs are not actually that old, I only put them in maybe a year or so ago, but I've got new ones there, come with the kit, so I'll chuck them in. So now we finally found a socket that'll fit. And yeah, they're looking black like 2-stroke plugs look. So they're an NGK BP8 HS15. We're going to bank on the fact that they've already set the gap right. Mainly because I don't have a set of feeler gauges laying around. Bottom one out. Again, looks pretty black. I'll grab the other one. Like I said, I ordered this kit off eBay, but they did put good NGK spark plugs in, so you can't doubt it for that. So they're in. Put our leads back on. Obviously short one at the top, long one at the bottom. Spark plug's done. Woo! So we're going to put a tray down to catch the oil because we don't want it to go into the environment. There is a drain dross here behind the boat, but we don't want it to go in there. So just undo the bottom plug. And there's not much oil coming out of that. Generally once you undo the top one, it'll start to come out. Oh, now it's coming out. And it looks pretty grey and yuck. So it's probably well and truly due for an oil change. It's not looking too good. It looks like it's probably had a bit of water in it at different times and whatever else. Not super dirty or anything, it's just got a bit of grey in it. We'll give that a couple of minutes to drain out, and then we'll get back into it. So the kit also comes with 2 of these washers, little washers. They go onto your plugs. So you got nice new washers to go on each of your plugs so that it doesn't leak. Well, that one wasn't real good. That one actually tore while I was taking it off, so he was probably past his use by date. So you can see that's the old one, actually tore apart. Nice new bluey. Put him on. We'll give that another couple of seconds to drain out a bit, and then we'll put some new oil in it, put the plugs back in. So I'll just give these another check to make sure that they're nice and tight. We've stopped draining out, so now we're going to put some new oil in. Now the trick with these is you've got to inject it into the bottom so that it pushes all the air out the top, and then when you see it starts to come out the top, put your plug back in, then quickly put your bottom plug back in. So we'll see how we go with that. So I'm using Penrite Marine Gear Oil, 7590. I hope it's alright. I've never had to use marine gearbox oil before, and I'm using this thing. So we'll see how we go with it.
Look. So it just come out the top. Bottom screw in. Just to make sure give it a little squirt. And we should be good, happy days. So we've got our new gaskets on our screws. We've got new gearbox oil in. Make sure to do them up nice and tight. Give it a wipe over, we don't want any oil in the environment. We'll get another rag and give that another wipe. So now we'll go and find a bucket or something, put some water in it and see how we go. So I've got it all back together, got it in the esky there. It's got a bit darker to go off and do another job, so. There you can see it, a lot better screen than we had before, so hopefully it's worked, hopefully it's all good. If you like what you see, give us a big fat thumbs up, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.